Hello everyone. In Chapter 7, Activity 13 and Activity 14, you need to set up the IP address for the Server 1 server core and Windows 10 correctly. In Server 1, when you installed ADDS, it will change the IP address. Here, you right-click the network connection, open Network and Sharing Centers. Take note, this connection name is Ethernet 0. In the property, we change the IPv4 settings. Here, make sure your alternate DNS server is 10.10.02. Here I've already corrected the IP address, so make sure your IP address settings are the same as this one. Now let's go to server core. Here in this server core, in the command window, when you type ipconfig dash or the IP address will be show up. Here you will see the DNS server is 10.10.0.222. This is the default setup. When we begin this class, as the note says in the textbook, you need to change this DNS server to server 1, whose IP address is 10.10.1.1, which means we need to change here into 10.10.1.1. We can use sconfigure to set up the IP address. If you forgot about this, you can review Chapter 3, how to set up static IP address. Here we want to change the network settings. Tab 8. Now the index number is 10. We want to change the preferred DNS server and the alternate DNS server. Here we see our IP address and subnet mask for the gateway. They are all correct. So we need to change the DNS server. Tab 2. For the preferred DNS server, we use server 1, so the IP address is 10.10.1.1. Now for the alternate DNS server, we use the default one, 10.10.2.0.2. This is the one we set up at the beginning of this class. Okay, now the setting for the server core, IP address setting for the server core is done. We exit this sconfig and go to command line. We can check the IP address setting again, use ipconfig. Here you will see the DNS server setting is changed to server 1. Now we need to also change the DNS settings in Windows 10. Right click, open Network and Sharing Center. Here Ethernet 0. Click Properties, IPv4. Click Properties. Now you see you don't need to change the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. We only need to change the preferred DNS server to server 1. So here is 1. Here is 1 again. This is alternate DNS server. Keep it 10.10.0.2. click OK. Click close. Close. Now I can join my Windows 10 to the domain. And right click the start. Choose system. Change settings. Now we want to change its domain, so we click change. Now we see we want to remove this computer from work group to join a domain, and the domain is Fortran server 2012.local. Click OK. It will ask you to enter the name and password of an account with permission to join the domain. And we created a test user in previous activities, so we type test user 1. The password is password01. Then click OK. Now you see it says welcome to Fortran server 2012.local domain. So we successfully joined our Windows 10 to this domain. It asks you to restart the computer to apply these changes. Click OK. Close. Restart now. Okay, when this Windows 10 after it's restarting, let's see what will happen. Here you will see we have W10, the user I created when I install my Windows 10. We want to log in with test user 1, so click other user. Now you see this sign into Fortran server 2012, so we just type test user 1 and the password pass101. You see the test user 1 is logged in our Windows 10. It will configure this domain user on our Windows 10. This Windows 10 is joined to the domain. We can check this on our server 1. Inside Tools, here the ADUC Active Directory users and computers. You go to computers, you will see our Fortran Windows 10 is joined successfully into this domain. Go back to Windows 10. Okay. Congratulations, you joined the Windows 10 into our domain, and you will see the user test user 1. Now let's try to join the server core. Back to server 1. I already created an organization unit named member servers in step 2 of activity 14. Now I need to right click this one and new computer. In this computer I type Fortran server core and click this change menu change button. We need to configure this one. The following user or group can join this computer to a domain. So we use, as the textbook said, we use JRadmin. You check names. Okay, my JRadmin is there. Click OK, and I click OK. Now we created the computer account manually for our server core into our domain. You need to type the long command into PowerShell. So first we need to type PowerShell. Now you see this PS. We switched to PowerShell. We need to set DNS client server address interface alias here you need to pay attention. In our textbook it's Ethernet, but when you use IP configure, you see your Ethernet adapter is Ethernet 0, so here you need to type Ethernet 0. Server address is 10.10.1.1 is our server 1. You type enter, so we can check use IP config, or actually we don't need this step because we already configured the DNS server successfully using sconfigure. We can check it again. Now you see the DNS server is 10.10.1.1. Actually it overwritten our alternate DNS server. Okay, let's let it be and try to join this server core into our domain. Add computer domain name Fortin server 2012 .local and restart. Here it asks you to in our textbook step 6 in activity 14 you need to try test user 1 first, then you try JRadmin user second. Let's try test user 1 first. Password 01. You will see here is an error. We see it says computer Fortin server core failed to join the domain, and we have a unknown error like this one. Now let's try JRadmin password 01. You will see again you got almost the same error. When you install your server core by yourself, you will not get this error. But my server core is actually is a copy from server 1, which means they have some internal security ID, the same security ID, which they need to be different. So we need to create a new SID for this server core. if you use my server core, you need to follow this step. First, cd empty space backward slash, then you cd to Windows and system32 sysprep. Let's see this one, dir. Here we have a sysprep.exe, so we run this one, sysprep.exe. This one can generate a new SID for you. Click this generalize. However, since it will clean our server core, so all those IP address will be gone. So after you generated a new SID, you need to reconfigure its IP address. Click OK and just wait. The computer name, we need to change it to server core. And the IP address, we also then need to configure again. Here first, let's change the computer name. Switch to PowerShell. Then we add computer. We use JLadmin. So we join the server core successfully into server 1, into our domain. Thanks for watching.